Good morning, dear children. Let us do today the first part of Glimpses of India, that is a baker from Goa by Lucio Rodriguez. Now, this lesson is based on the theme that a baker is a legacy of the Portuguese and is of vital importance in a traditional Goan village. The account describes the variety of bakery items like bread bangles, bolinas, and the like prepared on ceremonial occasions by the Goans. The presence of the baker's activities is thus an integral part of all festive occasions in Goa. Whether it is a marriage or a daughter's engagement ceremony, Christmas or other festivals, the baker and his furnace are absolutely essential for the people of Goa. Now, let us do this lesson in detail. This is a pen portrait of a traditional Goan village baker who still has an important place in his society. Now, our elders are often heard reminiscing nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days. The Portuguese who were famous for the Portuguese and their famous loaves of bread. Those eaters of loaves might have vanished, but the makers are still there. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. So, here the author wants to say that our elders still remember. Nostalgically means they miss it. You nostalgic means you are missing something of your past, of your childhood maybe. So they are often heard remembering nostalgically about those good old Portuguese days and their famous loaves of bread. Portuguese have left our country now. In Goa was once a colony of the Portuguese. So they were the Portuguese who were living there earlier. But now the Portuguese may have left Goa, but there are still people who are baking breads and other delicacies. The makers are still there. We still have amongst us the mixers, the molders, and those who bake the loaves. So baking is not an easy task. It is done in steps. Okay, the professional baking. So there are people who are mixing the flour. They are the ones who are putting them in the molds, and there are some people who are trained for specially doing the baking part in the furnace. So those age-old, time-tested furnaces still exist. They have that brick furnaces, the earlier ones. Today we have electric furnaces everywhere, but the age-old, time-tested means they never failed in their work. It's time-tested furnaces still exist. They still have those old furnaces, and the fire in the furnaces has not yet been extinguished. Now, this sentence is actually symbolic. The fire has not been extinguished means it is still working. The furnaces have still fire in them, and they are still baking breads in those furnaces. The thud and jingle of the traditional baker's bamboo heralding his arrival in the morning can still be heard in some places. Maybe the father is not alive, but the son still carries on the family profession. These bakers are even today known as Pader in Goa. So he is talking about a traditional baker and how he carries his loaves of bread in a basket on his head with a bamboo stand, which could be spread, and it used to make a thudding sound also. Now, during our childhood in Goa, the baker used to be our friend, companion, and guide. He used to come at least twice a day, once when he set out in the morning on his selling round, and then again when he returned after emptying his huge basket. The jingling thud of his bamboo woke us up from sleep, and we ran to meet and greet him. So the children of the house were so excited when they heard the jingling thud of his bamboo. They rose from their beds and they used to go and greet him. And what was the reason? It was not for just a loaf of bread. Was it for the love of the loaf? No, not at all. The loaves were bought by some Paskin or Bastin, the maid servant of the house. So So that was her duty. Some paskin or pastin means again the Portuguese people these names. So they are some people, some maid servant who could come and take the loaf. That was a routine work. But what we longed for were those bread bangles which we chose carefully. And sometimes it was the sweet bread of special make. So the bakers used to bring along with them some bread bangles, and the children used to take them like a gift. Like they used to just choose carefully and say and just eat it. They didn't even wait for brushing their teeth, that is going to come later on. The baker made his musical entry on the scene with the jang jang sound of his specially made bamboo staff. Now, this staff means that bamboo support on which the basket was kept. On one hand supported the one hand supported the basket on his head, and the other banged the bamboo on the ground. He would greet the lady of the house with good morning and then place his basket on the vertical bamboo. We kids would be pushed aside with a mild rebuke, and the loaves would be delivered to the servant. Now, but we would not give up. We would climb a bench or the parapet and peep into the basket somehow and find out whether he had brought the bread bangles or some extra sweet cakes or something. So I can still recall the typical fragrance of those loaves. The author can still smell that, okay, that aroma, that fragrance of those freshly baked loaves. Loaves for the elders and bangles for the children. So the elders used to eat the bread, okay, in sandwiches or toasting, okay, whatever. But the children, they loved the bread bangles. Then we did not even care to brush our teeth or wash our mouths properly. And why should we? Who would take the trouble of plucking the mango leaf for the toothbrush? Now, who is going to do all the drudgery of cleaning the teeth? And why was it necessary at all? The author now wants to argue whether it was really necessary to brush our teeth as told by our parents. I have never seen any animal brushing his teeth, and no animal has got any problem in their teeth as such. Even the tiger never brushed his teeth. He is given an example of a tiger. The tiger never brushed his teeth, and he has such sharp teeth. Hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely. And the second argument he gives is that even if we don't brush, we are human beings, we should be brushing our teeth. But hot tea could wash and clean up everything so nicely. Our mouth can be all freshened up with a cup of hot tea. Now, marriage gifts are meaningless without the sweet bread known as the ball, just as a party or a feast loses its charm without bread. Not enough can be said to show how important a baker can be for a village. The lady of the house must prepare sandwiches on the occasion of her daughter's engagement. Now, see, bread is so important there, and they have a sweet bread known as the ball, which is actually a very essential part of the marriage gifts. Whenever anybody has to distribute sweets in marriages, the sweet bread has to be a part of it. And even when a daughter is engaged, the mother has to prepare sandwiches on her daughter's engagement ceremony. So that is a tradition which is still followed in Goa. Cakes and bolinas are a must for Christmas as well as other festivals. So whenever there is a festival, either it's a New Year or it is Christmas, so they have cakes and bolinas. Thus, the presence of the baker's furnace in the village is absolutely essential. And that is how the author is showing the importance of a baker in a Goan village. The baker or bread seller of those days had a peculiar dress known as the kabai. Now he even wants that to mention about the dress of the bakers. That was again a different style they used to wear. It was a single piece long frock reaching down to the knees. So earlier the bakers used to wear a frock style long gown type of a dress, one piece single piece dress reaching to the knees, okay, till the knees. In our childhood we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers. But when the author grew up, so he remembers seeing the bakers. That time they had started wearing shirt and trousers, but the trousers also were very different. They were not full length trousers until till the ankle. They were below the knees, but not till the full length ankle. Now the author says that in our childhood we saw bakers wearing a shirt and trousers which were shorter than full length ones and longer than half pants. Means it was not a full length trouser, neither it was a half pant which was above the knees. It was something below the knees, something like a capri which we call it today. Even today, anyone who wears a half pant which reaches just below the knees invites the comment that he is dressed like a pader. So that is a typical way of dressing up. Pader, a pant which is just below the knees. Now the baker usually collected his bills at the end of the month. Monthly accounts used to be recorded on some wall in pencil. So they didn't used to carry a diary and a pen, or they didn't used to copy down in any record book. They just wrote on the wall of the house itself how many loaves of bread every day. And baking was indeed a profitable profession in the old days. The baker and his family never starved. He, his family, and his servants always looked happy and prosperous. Their plump physique was an open testimony to this. Even today, any person with a jackfruit like physical appearance is easily compared to a baker. So the author says, okay, the bakers were actually quite happy and prosperous because this was a profitable profession, and they used to earn enough, and even their physique, generally the physique was always of a healthy and plump kind. And this is an open testimony, means it's clearly evident that they have enough to eat and they have enough to live. So even today, any person with a jackfruit like appearance, jackfruit means again a pumpkin shaped, a round shaped appearance, physical appearance, is easily compared to a baker. So people can even in a funny manner also call anyone who is round from the middle, can be called a baker in a joke. So that is all in this chapter today. The baker from Goa. Generally, the author wants to tell how important is baking in Goa. Baking is actually taken from the Portuguese, and it is still being continued in our country, in that part of Goa, and the people still use all the baked things, the balls, the bolinas, the cakes, the breads. Everything is still being used in the same traditional manner in some parts of Goa, and they still wear those knee length trousers. Okay, and they generally are still considered to be a prosperous community of Goa. Though things have changed these days, but in the olden days it was a very profitable profession. So that's all in this lesson today. Bye for now. Take care.